you saying to me, and just imagine me sitting in a jail cell with hardened criminals in my pink sweater. What else am I going to do? I'm going to tell jokes. Like,
oh yeah,
what?
I was cracking jokes. Like, I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, there's no bail. It's just like matter of time of like sobering up.
You're going to get let out. The other people you're in there with, they're not going home the next day.
She told me that I died.
We were talking about like what we did, like why were we arrested? And three of them were like, oh, gun possession and this and that. I was like, oh wow. I was like, well, hey guys, do you think I should cry to make it make me look like nicer? And then I was like, when he was telling me like this particular guy was telling me that he stabbed someone, I'm like, oh my God, maybe you should cry.
Young drunk.
Here we are, setting the record straight. This edition is live and in living color, and it's with one of my favorite people, somebody who I have missed. I'll let Katelyn say how she feels, but when we got here, we started to meet a small group of people. But then you meet Enrique, and Enrique is bigger than life. And Enrique, my whole family loves. We've all missed you beyond belief. And here we are, drum roll, with my guy, Enrique, who knows this business of hospitality inside and out, good and the bad. How are you today, sister?
I'm okay. It's been a while. It's been over a month.
It has. It's been longer than that. We mark the calendar and we draw Enrique faces.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, my last time before all the bad things happened, I was at La Roca. It was before the day after St. Patrick's Day.
Really?
The day after
2 months now since we've seen you.
Yes. I mean, Dr. Truth, she was off.
It was.
So I went. I stayed with Maria for the longest.
You left me a note that day. I still have that note. I carried that note every day for a very long time.
What note?
Because he left me a note when he came to visit. And he had Maria put it in the blue bag for me.
And you weren't there.
I wasn't there. So he left me a note.
And that's why we love Enrique. Like, that's that.
Well, you know what's funny? That day, I wasn't even planning on staying that long because, like, you were not there. But you know,
you got La Roca'd.
I was like,
that's what we call it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm already here, so I'm just gonna stay for a little cocktail. And then it was a Tuesday, so I went to the brew pub, and then I went home. And like I was not expecting. You know, it was just like a regular Tuesday night for me. And then I went out for dinner with Jill. You know Jill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jilly. So that's about it.
The last time, two of the last times.
And I was not expecting all the shit.
You weren't expecting what?
All of this.
I didn't expect like all the crazy shit that happened.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I think last time I saw Stephen was that Saturday when I was rushing. When I was rushing from Winnie.
The phone.
With the phone. I don't know if I told you how I was rushing from work to La Roca.
You sat down next to me.
I had the wireless phone from Winnie. I had to bring it back with me. Yes, and I was like, what is this? I was like, what is this? So I not only did I leave my purse at Winnie's, but I took the wireless phone just because I was in a rush. I was like, oh, so I'm expected somewhere.
AKA La Roca.
Yes.
When you got up and you pulled the phone out, I'm going, what is he talking about? And then Maria, I think Maria was our bartender that night, and she goes, oh yeah, we all have this phone. So I'm just dying going, that's Enrique.
I was just in a rush. I was just like, oh, gotta get the fuck out of here. So
Well, I loved bringing that vibe back to Main Street was what this street needs at times. This street sometimes gets caught up in itself, and I don't mean that bad. I don't mean that bad at all. I love Manayunk, and I love Main Street, but it's some of the people that are on the street every day, and you were one of those people that, even if you were just walking by to stop and say hi, going to get dinner, just going to work because you worked on the street for, I don't even know how long, over a year, 2 years? I know you were up the street for a while.
Yeah, I was off the streets I started working there. I don't know if I ever told you how that I was working at Zestes, the Greek place. That was my first job in Manayunk.
Well,
That was my first job in Manayunk. And it was probably like July, like late June 2021 until October 2023. So that's over 2 years, maybe. Yeah, like 2 years and a half. Then I was working in the city for like a year and a half, and then I came back to Winnie's.
And you should have been working at La Roca, because the funny story is, Glenn was working. You came in and applied, and Glenn, love Glenn, little territorial, said, oh, this guy, and then I think you walked up the street and got hired that day, as you should have. Like, I would have scooped you up that day.
After I quit Zestes, I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved it in there, but it was just like, and I was making really good, like decent money for like the amount of job that I was doing. I wasn't doing that much. I guess I was working like 4 days a week. It was convenient, but I was looking for something else, So I was applying for a lot of places on Main Street. I went to Lucky's, I went to Taqueria more, because in my mind it made sense that a Mexican guy is working at a Mexican restaurant,
Like me.
At that point, like I went to
That went right over your head.
Yes.
And now he froze. Uh-oh. No, can't lose Enrique.
Laughing so hard he froze.
Well, we'll just keep talking. This is awesome. He looks great. I don't know if we're still live or whatever, but
That's an
great.
Enrique face right there.
It does, and I was nervous. He looks good. Yeah, you wouldn't know that he hasn't been on Main Street for 2 months. Literally, 2 months and a couple days. If he's saying, it was right around St. Patty's Day.
It was because we were both there St. Patty's Day, so I had Tuesday off. Yeah.
Uh-oh. And there we go. Make it drop. Hopefully we can get him right back. Get to all the good stuff. But back to getting Enrique at La Roca. He did. He applied, and Glenn was working that day. And Glenn said, I didn't think he was a good fit.
Glenn.
And you know what? Sometimes you don't want to work with your friends.
No.
Sometimes you don't want your friends working for you.
No. There's definitely a division there. I mean, I think we've seen it more than once. You see it. I've had friends where I'm like, yes, I would hire them. And then I've had people where I say to you, I know them, but they're not my friend. Hire them. Hi, Lucas. I love you, but that was what I said about you at first.
Lucas was awesome, though.
Lucas was great, though. And we wound up becoming a lot closer.
I'm sorry.
There you are. You weren't in a high-speed chase, were you?
Yes.
Roxborough Rants and Raves would love it. If we were doing this and you got into a high-speed chase, they would have something new to talk about other than, can you pick up your dog's poop? It's on my lawn. And the usual Roxborough Rants and Raves. So,
you know what's funny? Are you guys aware that Blackout Monday started at La Roca? Like,
I do.
That's how it all started.
I absolutely do. And Nick was telling me to promote it and everything, and I was promoting it. And then the more I promoted it for that first Monday, I'm like, I got to be responsible and not promote people getting blacked out.
Yeah.
to a degree.
That was our thing.
I can only go over the line so much, like another county or so.
We toe that line enough. There's certain things.
Yes, like I think that's how it all started. Like I do remember, I think that's for like before I started hanging out with you guys. I started hanging out with Sophia and Nick.
I hadn't met you yet. No.
Yeah, so we were just like wondering because like I was off. I think I was off Sunday, Monday, or some shit like that. So we started going out Mondays. So like we had like this whole agenda, this whole.
Oh my!
program
Yeah,
of
we
things
knew
were
what
doing.
the schedule was for some of them. Some of you guys were all day Sunday, Monday night. I think Tuesday was rest for some, and then Wednesday for some were back to work because that's
I think.
the hours of this industry.
We wouldn't
Sometimes
really go out on Tuesdays. We wouldn't really go out on Tuesdays.
I think most of you.
that was the rest day.
Yeah, most of you were either resting or back to work at 4 p.m.
Was it Tuesday to be back to work? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I knew that wasn't.
most of you
Monday
were-
night was the Blackout Monday. Literally, yeah.
not even Monday night. Like we were. I do
Monday
remember-
afternoon.
Yes, I do remember.
I would be working and have so many things to do. It was on a Monday.
Yes.
I had the whole weekend to catch up on. And you'd be like, you guys would be come down and be like, all right, well, let me just keep my, stoic face on. All right, come on, do one shot with us. I'm like, no, but I'll buy you all a shot. And then I feel bad that I'm buying you all a shot. And why isn't my shot glass full? So I would do a shot with you. And then I was done working right then and there. Sometimes at 2:30. Sometimes at 3 o'clock. Then you guys would make your way. Let me ask you this. I'm sure you've told us before. How did you start ever in this industry? Where did you start at? Dish, kitchen, bar back?
Well, my like this is the thing. My mom and my family always had restaurants.
Okay.
So I was like, obviously, when I was coming back from school, I was like helping my mom, and I was a server. That's I'm talking about when I was 12, 13. I was
Sure.
a server, and I was serving tables. Then it was like nothing for me. It was just like I just needed to help her with
Family
some shit
business.
before like doing
You gotta
my
help your
other
mom.
activities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then when I moved to Canada in 2019, I have never bartended or anything in my life, like never. I actually honestly, I don't even drink mixed drinks. I only drink Miller, Tecate, and Fireball. That's all I drink. I don't drink. You could never catch me drinking a margarita or like
No.
old fashioned.
You
shit
drink
like that.
draft.
I was going to say Blue
Angry
Moon or
Orchard.
whatever it was. Whatever that
Yes.
was. And that's only because we got it new. And I'm like, what's Enrique drinking down there? She's like, he's having a draft. What?
A seltzer.
I mean, sometimes I would do. I mean, it's mostly drafts, but I never really drank.
No, you
or
and I were
drink,
Miller Lite Fireball.
cocktails. Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was living in Toronto back in 2019, the opportunity was there. Like, oh, you want to start like bartending? And I was like, sure, I guess. And it was a Mexican restaurant, and I love serving. Like
In
I prefer
Canada?
serving. Yes, in Toronto. I love serving. Like I like to entertain. I like to just like mingle, to hide, to like talk shit on customers. Just
Toronto's
like,
real
Usual.
international, too.
The usual.
yeah, so like I don't like bartending. Like I don't mind it, but I prefer like serving because like bartending, you're stuck behind the bar, and then you gotta do like service tickets and your tickets and take care of the bar. And I'm really short-tempered. Like I lose my cool real quick
Your
when
game
I'm
face
working.
always has to be on when you're bartending.
Yeah. So it's just like I'm just like, bro, don't. So they were training me for to bartend, and then like it started growing. Then I was like a bar manager. This new place that opened, and then I went to Paris, and then like the concept is completely different. They don't drink cocktails. It's just like mostly
Wait a second.
like,
Watch this.
wines and shit.
Speaking of Paris, let's shout out right now Maria and Elena.
I know.
I think that's where they are.
No,
they don't know where
like,
they
they're
are.
in Rome. They're in Italy.
They've been
Yeah.
trafficked by now.
They've been trafficked by now.
We're
gonna
about
miss
to have
them.
like the Taken 5 movie. I'm about to turn into
We
Leah.
actually would like to
Hustle
take the time to announce we are starting a GoFundMe. You can tell it's us. It's like a traffic light.
For their ransom.
Yeah, and we want them back.
I'm going to dress up as Liam Neeson.
I'm not.
Taken 5.
Yeah, I'll beat people up.
Live action.
Yeah, okay. Back to our
What
regular
if it's,
schedule program.
no, guys, like, have you actually considered it might be like the movie Hostel?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's like a serial killer scary movie. I don't like that.
I know,
like
it's
the
crazy.
I like the
Hostel.
Liam Neeson.
Isn't that like Pictures on Saturday night?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Pictures. I shouldn't say that. I forgot. How you doing, Pictures? Shout out, Big Rube.
I know, I really love everyone that works at Pictures. Like,
Right.
okay.
I already
you know,
made up. I already kissed ass. Don't worry, we're good.
Brian's on it.
No, you know, like, there's like, I wouldn't say that I'm a Pictures boy or that I was, because I would normally go unless someone else is there. You know, like, I was always
Who
at
brought
La
you into
Roca.
Ryan's? There you go, because that's one of
no.
your spots. Who brought you into Ryan's? Liv? Nick?
No, that was before I even met them. I think when I first started working at Zesties, you know, I was at Lucky's on a regular.
And we want
on
to
a daily
clarify,
basis.
Oh.
Zesties on Main Street, not Zesties down by
No, the one on Main Street. Yeah.
the other strip clubs. Yeah, gotcha.
No.
No.
That's the one on Main Street.
You stayed a Lucky's fave for a while too. Like you
Yes, I
love.
was
Love
like
Lucky's.
Lucky Slut.
I'm
I
going
was
to
a Lucky
Lucky's for
Slut.
dinner. I need a burger. Okay.
No, and honestly, like I would go. Like you can like the bartenders were telling me, like I do remember seeing you, because all I did was going for a cider, sit outside, smoke cigarettes, and talk to my family. That's all I did. Like I would come after my shift, and I would leave shit faced, like 1:45 in the morning, close my tab, and then because I didn't even live in Maniac. I used to live in by Germantown. You know where La Salle is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to live by La Salle. So
Yeah, you told me that before.
Oh no.
yeah, so I had
Enrique.
to like I had nothing to do and I didn't know anyone. I used to walk by the bayou, the cactus, like everything on Main Street. And it was summer, first summer after COVID. So Main Street was popping.
Oh
Main
yeah.
Street was popping.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was crazy. People were going crazy for like going out. Like
We all
nobody
had
could stay in their houses.
streeteries. Yeah.
So I just loved the vibe from Lucky's. It was like it was quiet, you know, it was like I liked that vibe. And everyone was like super nice.
Yeah.
Like
I love
yeah.
Lucky's.
Then I met like
Coney
there
Island
was like
dog.
this guy. He's a regular at he used to be a regular at in Zesties. His name is Christian. I don't know where he's up to. I don't know where he ended. I have no idea where he is. But we went to. He was like, "Let me show you what a Rumpelmans shot is." So we went to Ryan's for the first time. He bought me a shot of Rumpelmans, and we're like, "What the fuck is this mouthwash? This shit is disgusting." So that was my first time at Ryan's, and I like honestly never went out there. Like I never went anywhere. I was just at Lucky's. Then obviously I started going like some other places, started meeting people, and it wasn't until I became friends with Nick and Sophia that I started going more actively to Ryan's and
Yeah.
La Roca, and many other places. Like there were like places I would never go. I was
Nick
just like
is-
working and going home.
Yeah, Nick is surprisingly like a big Crescent Inn fan, which I never would have
Nick
expected.
Vona is.
For a while, he was.
Oh
He was
my
on a
God.
Crescent Inn
We
hit.
were.
Yeah.
Dude.
You guys.
Oh wait,
did
I
this
remember that. That was a
Crescent Inn
Blackout
for,
Monday
like,
thing, I think, right?
Didn't you come with us one time?
I've never.
I've never been to the
Inn.
Crescent.
Never.
I think
Never.
Steven did. No, you didn't.
No, was not me.
Shout out, 'cause I wanna
don't
go.
remember how we ended going there, and it's not a bad thing. It's like it's off the way.
It's
You
not
know,
on
like-
Main Street.
It's on Crescent.
It's not.
Yeah.
But it's not a straight stumble. You got to turn,
Yeah.
and they're not
Yes.
normally very good at turning when they're stumbling.
Yes.
You got to turn
So,
to Cuddies
I mean,
too.
You know, Nick. He never goes
That was
to
not a
Lucky's.
Blackout Monday
Like
thing.
he lives. He works a block away, half a block away from Lucky's. He would never go to Lucky's unless
He's too
someone. Because
bougie.
like there's no, because they don't carry Fireball.
Yeah, that too. Don't carry
We
Fireball and
stopped
don't carry High Noon. So what is he gonna drink?
Yes, so like that's not his vibe. And then we stopped going to the Crescent because they stopped carrying Fireball.
He
Yeah.
stopped carrying it.
Yes, so they started carrying what's in a fucking they wanted like Jack Fire.
Yeah,
Jim Beam
yeah.
Fire,
That
Jack
shit is
Fire.
nasty.
Jack
That shit
Fire.
is
Yeah,
nasty.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, but honestly, like I think there was like this summer. I don't know if it was like 2022 or 2023. I don't really remember, but no, 2022. Oh my God, I don't really. Yes, I think so. Everyone was single. Everyone had money. Like Blackout Monday was on its peak.
Oh no, that
We
was
started, like,
23 because that was the summer I met you.
That's when you
'Cause
came back. Yes,
I
that's
met
when came
you
back.
in what was it? August of 23.
After Memphis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was home for like 12 days, and one of my first
You
days
didn't
home.
meet Enrique till then?
I didn't. No, I met
think we met.
Enrique. I met
We
Enrique
met.
like a week before I left for Memphis. You and I
Yeah.
were in Bayou or Cactus, whichever one it was.
And he was bartending.
Yeah,
I
he was,
I think
he
it
was
was.
coming
I don't
on.
That's
Yeah,
the last
that
time I was there, actually.
Yeah, and then Nick took me one night.
I have memories.
Nick took me to Bayou and Cactus one night, but I met you the first Monday I was home, and I mean, they said Blackout Monday, and I said, let's go.
It was my birthday, actually, wasn't it?
That was the next Monday.
Oh my
Your
God.
birthday was
So you
Labor
guys were
Day.
blacked out from one Monday to the next, probably.
No, I worked I worked his entire
Yes,
birthday.
she worked. Yeah.
And that's scary that you worked blacked out.
I did not. I worked a double on Labor Day Monday. Nick was still the manager. He was in charge of scheduling, and he didn't schedule me a server until 5 p.m. on Labor Day. It was 2 p.m. and every table was full, and I'm about to cry behind the bar going, can someone please come help me? And Nick walks in, he goes, ugh, my bad. It's like, oh, you should leave. And Enrique's like, it's my birthday. I'm like, oh, you're lucky
Dude,
you're cute.
that birthday was crazy. That like I feel like all my birthdays were crazy, but like I do remember it was hot as fuck.
It was so
It
hot
was
that
hot as
summer.
fuck. It was packed everywhere. It was
I
just
have-
like it was.
I have so many videos of you trying to stand on chairs singing Taylor Swift in the dining room.
Oh, I have some of those videos too. From
Just
the
from that
restaurant,
night.
from y'all passing them around.
And customers sitting there going, woo! I'm like, please don't encourage him. Get him off this chair now.
Don't encourage him. I'll leave you out of
It's
it.
funny because like one of my cousins called me
I
on
was
my
working
birthday,
that night.
and she was like, she called me the day after, and she was like, "How's the hangover?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, how do you know?" And she was like, "Wait, you don't remember talking to me last night?" And I was like, what time did you call? Because like depending on your, actually I do not, but like what time did you call? Like no, I don't remember shit.
The best part of that
But
night
yeah, like the
for
crust
me
parts-
was you told everyone you were going to meet them at Ryan's, and you went home. And everyone left La Roca to go to Ryan's to meet you, and then came back to La Roca and said, where's Enrique? And I said, I thought he was with y'all.
Hey, did you ever get to go to Kraft, which is like right outside the studio where we are right now? Did you ever go to Kraft?
Well, you know, that's how I ended up working in fucking Main Street.
You have a story to everything. I
They
love
tricked
it.
me. They tricked me. So when I first moved to the US, I was working for a Chinese company and I was living in New York City. Then one of my friends from Mexico, he's super rich, obviously, because he went to Princeton and like super smart. And he was living right across the street from Barstool on Sansom Street.
Okay.
Then he was like, yo, I have an extra room in my apartment. You don't have to pay for rent. Move to Philly. Philly is way cheaper. You're not gonna spend money in rent. You can stay with me. So I was like, sure. I had only been to Philadelphia one time. So I was like, yeah, let's grab a cheesesteak. So I moved to Philly on a Sunday. And then on Monday, I was working during the day, and I was like, I should find like an extra, like a side gig. And I saw this place on, I don't know if it was Craigslist or somewhere. So it's called, it was Craft. So I went for the interview, and I was like, oh, fuck, this is far as fuck from Center City. Like, for the first timer, it was like, this is kind of far. Like, I don't think it's like that committed. But I was like, I can still come and go, like whatever. So I went for the interview, and she was like, okay, if you're living in Center City, you must be aware that public transportation doesn't run that late. So if you're planning on commuting after 2 in the morning and going back to the city,
take a lift.
honestly, you should stay in Center City.
Right.
But that same day, I met Jose, my former roommate, and he was like, yo, I'm going to the Hamptons right now. Come check it out. If you like it, you can stay. If you don't like it, you can move. I was like, oh, okay. So I went to check it out by La Salle, and it's close to Manayunk. So I was like, I'm going to stay here. And then I went for another job interview at Zesties, and they hired me, and then Kraft closed, and that's how I stayed there.
Well, I don't think it's fair to say like Kraft like tricked you into anything about Manayunk. They
I know.
flooded. They had a rough summer that summer.
They didn't even call me back, but I was already working at Zesties, so
Okay.
it was all right. Yeah, like
I think you can blame Kraft for that.
yes, thank you,
It's
Kraft.
the summer of the hurricane.
Oh, I know.
It's
Oh, I know. And trust me, I know. I was down the shore.
But overall, like over these years, I think I built a lot of like really good relationships. Like I can tell you that I went to probably everywhere on Main Street, except for the hair salons and the gym, obviously. But
Everybody on the street knows you. And what's funny is we get all these people, you get these college seniors, St. Joe's, like our page. And when you go to their page, it says, followed by, you're always the first name.
You're always the first one.
I swear, if I pulled up my
Enrique
phone right
Lopez.
now, I'll be like, how does he know this girl from Nebraska who's, a field hockey player at St. Joe's and, follows Enrique, loves Enrique? Like, it's crazy.
well, like what's funny? All the kids that graduated this year, I'm not gonna say I raised them, but like I know probably all that class. I know.
Yeah.
I
believe it.
knew them. I knew them by name and either
I don't mean-
or authority. I met their parents. Like, I was.
Yeah.
I mean, just keep in mind that I was working at least 60 hours a week.
Right.
I mean, I knew everyone since freshman year to senior year. Like,
Yeah, we don't people-
My friends.
we don't really want people doing that
grandmother
math.
texted me the other day. No, like I no. What I'm saying, like I've known them for like that long.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how that happened, but I guess just like I was
It's funny.
there
It's
for so
literally
long.
everyone, followed by or likes or, fellow, whatever it
Yeah,
says,
like-
Enrique. It's always
Followed by
you.
Enrique Ramdi.
You know what's funny? Sometimes like I forget who they are. I'm like, who the fuck is this?
Oh my God, there's
'Cause, like-
people who know your name and you're like, hey, hi.
Yes, like
That's the legend of Enrique.
Nick told me that whenever he was like, oh my God, whenever you get into Ryan's, it takes you like at least 15 minutes from door to where they are to say hi. And like, I have to do a shot. I have to like on the way.
Of course. There's a million hugs, a million shots, a million everything along the way.
And everyone knew my thing was Fireball. Everyone's like, can I get you a Fireball? I was like, oh fuck, I guess.
Like, I'm not going to say no.
Yo,
Like twist my arm.
here's one of my favorite memories of Easter, and that's like literally when I would see you, I'd be walking down the stairs and I would say it just like that, nice and loud, Easter. Well, here's one of my favorite memories, self-serving, if it is, Super Bowl. I don't think you were there the whole game, but you were there at the end, I believe.
They're for good
Towards
half of it.
before the halftime show.
Is
I
that
got
what
there
it
before
was?
the halftime show.
Well, what I know
Yes.
was you became, like I was hosting, having to walk around and say hi to people. Not having to, I loved it. It was great. But you made sure that I always had my Fireball with you. Like, I would I'd see you over at my spot. I'd say, 3. Drop at the table. Enrique would bring 5. 3 for the people that I needed them for. 1 for himself, 1 for me. And you made my Super Bowls that much memorable, being my brother beating my head for all that. It was just
You
such
know what? Like,
great memory.
I didn't wanna get there from like the beginning of the game because it was like, bitch, I know you. I was like, I know myself. I know that if I start like drinking as the game starts, I'm not gonna make it by.
Where were you at the end? Ryan's?
He was with us.
No, I stayed there.
You were with us.
Yes, with us.
Now, I don't remember. All I remember is we all went. A lot of us went outside. The cop cars came up. 2 cars in front of the bike place. Some people may have started to occupy the hood of the one car, and the cops were very nice, saying nice to get off. As you would just see this massive people walking up Main Street, like not just walking,
Yes.
like hustling. And I hadn't even thought about the Super Bowl till just now for a while. So that's why I'm sitting. Where were you? Because I remember you so much of the Super Bowl of the game being with you, but at the end it was
All
just
of
like a
them
free
went
for all.
to the city. I know Seamus and Jeanette and.
Where were you for the
maybe Nick
parade?
went to the game.
Did you go to the parade?
Yes, I went to the city. I was in the city
Yeah.
with my friend Andrew Fanning, and then he ditched me, and then Janet joined me. And can you imagine me and Janet by ourselves in Center City?
Yeah, no, that's
I don't.
terrifying.
Like,
You need a chaperone. You guys need
Yes.
a chaperone. Or 5.
I mean, or like a body cam or a or a
honestly,
GoPro.
I'm so sad we never put a GoPro on you for one of your nights.
Oh, I would have paid for that, dude. And then to use that as podcast
Because
gold.
I have so many like fun, like there's the one story of Kathy and I taking you home the one night and her from the car watching you and I trying to get into your house and you refusing to give me your keys.
That story's famous in our family. Enrique's
you know
like, I
what
don't
my
remember it because he's got a million of.
Oh
And
my
it's-
god! You know what my
nights.
favorite was? There was like one time when I was like, I documented everywhere I went since before taking the train from Manayunk to Center City. I was like, I remember like, guess who's going out this early? And then like I went to these places in Center City. Then I went to Patty Wax.
Oh,
then from
Lord.
Patty Wax, I went to McGlen's. From McGlenchie's, I went back home. Then I went home and showered, and I was waiting for the train back to Mania. No shit. I went to Rittenhouse Square. From Rittenhouse Square, I went back to Maniac. Then from Maniac, I showered, and then I had like 35 minutes to kill before going back to the city. So I went to Ryan's. Then from Ryan's, I took a train back to the city. I went to Uptown. Then from Uptown, it was like midnight.
How do you remember?
And then I
all
went to
this shit?
Voyeur.
Because it was documented.
Oh my
yeah,
god! Because
yeah.
I documented everything until I was like, "Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Like, that was a bad idea. It was a bad idea because like I couldn't move on Friday. I don't think I went out like the day after, but I probably did.
You probably went out for like a cider and a fireball.
Sometimes I would go on Fridays to Mia. Like I would start at Mia. You know, like
I hear they have a good happy hour.
oh my god, no, like even for dinner, I would just like I would just go for dinner.
I haven't
and,
been there yet.
It's really good. It's
One of
really,
the only
really
places
good.
I haven't been. I'm avoiding Nick Vona.
I mean, I don't blame you. Just go on a Sunday. He's not gonna be there.
Yo, so when you got home, okay, I can't imagine what your Instagram was like, just trying to catch up with Mr. Popularity. And again, not just, it's so funny, not just you and Manayunk. I've met a bunch of your friends from Uptown. One girl, one night we might have been there till closing, from South Carolina or Florida or
Kate,
something.
She graduated from Florida.
Oh yeah.
Like you just have them from friends from everywhere.
Well, she's from Pennsylvania. She just went to school there.
But that they follow. I don't want to say follow you. That you are the Pied. You are one of the
Pied
ultimate
Piper.
Pied Pipers that I know. You really are, my friend. Without
Well,
trying.
you know, I think that yeah, it's been like effortless. It's always been like effortless. I've been like this since I was like in high school. I was like always getting along with everyone.
Just always been so popular.
I guess I have. No, but like
You gotta be an
first question
owner.
about the Instagram.
Use
I
that
closed-
charisma to draw
I
in
closed-
your following.
My Instagram was deactivated even before I got home. Like yes, I had this drunk incident back in February. So sometime, like the thing with social media, it can be like a really, it's really joyful and you can get in touch with your
it's
friends. But it's
scary.
also like it's a two-bladed
Mental
sword.
health.
So, no, it was not even. It
I
wasn't even
can't.
about that. It was like somebody posted a picture of me being arrested.
I
And,
saw it.
It
In your
was
pink
posted on
sweater. So was that picture real?
Yes, it was real. It was. I mean, I obviously, it's actually the day after it happened. The first person I came to visit and see and tell about was Katelyn, because I was like, like I don't really remember what happened. I have like all these blackouts, and I thought it was over. I went to court for that. I was given what I had to do. I was only given 16 hours of community service or AA meetings, and I did it. I was like, okay, it was easy cheese. It was like so
I'm
easy.
saying screw the meetings. Do the
Yeah, it
16
was just
night.
like- Yeah, and then when I thought it was over with, I mean, I told the people that I felt closer to, people that I cared about. And even though, like, in my mind, I was like, I don't think you're ever going to hear about this because it was in Center City, all this incident. It was like this. But I try to keep my side of the story to my friends.
Yeah.
I just like didn't feel like, like doing a broadcast and be like, hey, guys.
Of course.
No, I just
We
like,
do
I just told-
we do things that we regret.
Yes, and I told the people that I cared. I told people that I just care about their opinion, and I just, like people, I just wanted people to keep my side of the story. But when this girl posted 2 weeks later what happened on Facebook, and it was inaccurate, and it was like, it was very embarrassing. It was really embarrassing. It was really.
Is that how it got out?
Painful.
Did she post it first
Yes, she posted it like 2 weeks later. Like
to
I had
Roxborough
already-
Rants and Raves?
No, she posted like this Philadelphia restaurant and
Philly
shit.
industry.
Oh, that's
when
where
I
I
thought-
saw that.
Yes,
Yeah.
just when I thought it was over, it was anonymously posted, but I knew she was. I was like, I just didn't get the purpose of the post. I just didn't like. I was like, when she
Yeah.
said like, I'm trying to see the legal aspects. I was like, what legal aspects are you talking about, you dumb bitch? I had already been to court for that.
Right.
I was like,
Done.
it's done. So I just didn't see
The gain, the reasoning.
what was she getting for that? What is she getting from that?
Nothing,
She said that I got fired from my job, and I was like, dude,
Some
that
other
is
dude.
not-
Well, I didn't see her post. I saw some other dude. I think somebody deleted it on Roxborough Rants and
Well,
Raves
I-
ultimately. And then I saw this
so-
guy post, and I'm like, I don't think his numbers even lined up of like when you were whatever.
I mean,
And if
first
you're
of all,
watching,
it
dude,
was
and
so-
whatever
it was
camera,
so
screw you.
It was so fucking stupid because my ex-boyfriend works for Facebook, like in the headquarters. I could have easily called him, but I was like not gonna do that. Like, could you imagine me calling him like, can you delete this post and this other? Like, I was first of all, I would have to give him like what happened, and I was not willing to do that. And then all I did was report it as bullying, and it got deleted. And then, but it was too late. It was too late because my haters, my biggest fans, and we know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
My biggest fans had already seen it. It was only there for like less than an hour, and it went crazy.
It
Went crazy. It was all over the maniac. People were calling me to see what was going on, and either it was for the tea, for the drama, for the plot, or people that were just like generally concerned. But that I can tell you, that really changed my life. That either that stupid mistake, that drunk mistake, but that post particularly, I don't think it ruined my reputation whatsoever. 'Cause,
No.
like the people that have known me for all these years know me and know that
No.
that's not something that I would have done.
We just go, that's Enrique, Katelyn, me,
Yes.
we all do.
But like people
Make
that know
mistakes.
me, like other bartenders, like it was very humbling and humiliating going to bars that I used to go, and the bartender kicking me out.
Yeah. Are you serious?
Yes, I was there with my
Because
friends
of
on
that
Sunday.
first incident?
Yes, like I
Wow.
was crying walking out from that bar, and because I was with my friends, I was with Nick, I was with Janet, I was like, and then Nick was like, "It's your turn to buy a round of shots." So I get to the bar, I get a round of shots, and then the bartender's like, "You cannot be here. You are not welcome here. You gotta go. You gotta go." And I was like, "Can I close my tab?" "Don't worry about it. You gotta go." And I was like, I was humiliated. I was upset. I was hurt. And I was like, "You don't really know what happened. You were not there. You haven't asked me for my side. You're just taking sides on something you read online, something you don't even know,
Sure.
something that it's not even your issue." So at first I thought he was joking, because like we've known each other for the longest, and we've never had an issue before.
You knew the guy?
Yes, I've known him. Like,
Wow.
and I was like, what? Like, so and it's not a big deal because it's not a bar that I ever went to like willingly. Like, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna go." I don't give a fuck. But it was just like the fact that it was like in front of all these people
And with your friends.
and having to like put my friends to that, because like I was not gonna ask them to leave for me. I was like, "Oh, you
Right.
can stay. Like, I'm just gonna go somewhere else. Like, it's fine." But it is what it is. It was challenging.
I didn't even know that part. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine.
I understand, when we get pickpockets, when we get dine and dashers, and I don't mean me, I mean the restaurant industry in Philadelphia, we share that info. These guys that come in and, all of a sudden they pull out a hair of their food. But, like, I didn't know. I hadn't even paid attention.
Well, honestly, I don't think
that you were on like a wanted poster for us or something. I didn't know.
I don't really think that the girl's intention was to do that. I think it was like more like in a harmful way. And all the people that I consider my friends either reached out or were on my side or just like stayed away.
Right.
I just like didn't feel comfortable. There was like this particular, my fans, the one from like the end of like on Main Street. I just didn't understand like what did they get? They downloaded the file, like my arrest file. They were like sending it over. They were telling people about it, and there was like this kid, and I was like, "Bro, what's your like? What do you get from this? Like, oh yeah, like have you like everyone was fucking shitting on it? I was like, it's okay, yeah, like I fucked it up, yeah, like boo-hoo, like what are you gonna do? Burn me alive? Like I don't know. I never really understood people's intention. Like people in Florida heard about my arrest. People in the Hamptons heard about. It's just like, dude, like, is it actually that deep?
That's crazy. I knew because she told me at some point that day or that night, whatever, after you had talked to her, and we're like, oh well, we'll just figure it out. Anything he needs, we'll be able to make it. Try to make it. Go away to whatever. And I think we always honestly thought that it was going to be just cool. Like we saw the picture, I hated it, but what I loved about the picture was she told me that when you told her about it the next day or whatever it was, she goes, and he said, I was wearing my pink sweater. And then you see the picture and you're in the pink sweater. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I believe everything he says about this now.
Oh yeah.
My favorite story is you saying to me, and just imagine me sitting in a jail cell with hardened criminals in my pink sweater. What else am I gonna do? I'm gonna tell jokes. Like,
oh yeah. I was cracking jokes. Like I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, there's no bail. It's just like amount of time of like sobering up.
You're gonna get let out. The other people you're in there with, they're not going home the next day.
She told me that I died.
We were talking about like what we did, like why were we arrested, and three of them were like, oh, gun possession and this and that, I was like, oh wow. I was like, well, hey guys, do you think I should cry to make me look like nicer? And then I was like, when he was telling me like this particular guy was telling me that he stabbed someone, I'm like, oh my god, maybe you should cry.
Were you held over?
like,
You were
that's
overnight
just-
there, weren't you? For this,
Not even like it's just like
Good.
like probably like 12 hours.
it was just
Yeah,
hours.
it was,
yeah.
it was
You know, it was
overnight,
so-
12 hours. So.
It was overnight. Yeah. I had to put up with a lot of shit. People were asking me about that. Like I would get like other bars and like, oh, how was jail? Oh, I was just like,
Did you
know,
drop
like,
the
I was-
soap? No, I'm sure they wouldn't ask you
not
that.
even, no.
Of all people,
And it's just like,
Enrique walks into jail with a pocket full of soap, going,
you would be surprised. I'm like, that really humbled me. That really humbled me that nobody tried to do anything.
"Dude, I went to Catholic
He
school.
didn't feel wanted enough.
That's how I feel. I went to Catholic school. Not one priest tried to mess with me and get me paid."
Okay, let's take this away
Oh,
from the
wow.
religion aspect.
Well,
Just go
I
back
was
to
having-
prison. Let's all take this back to prison right now.
Yeah, it's just
Oh yeah,
like,
that's what we always say. Let's take this back to prison. He wasn't in prison. He was in jail.
it's just I just like felt it so unnecessary. It was painful. It was just like so yeah. That's when I chose to delete my social media because I was like, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't yeah. I didn't really want to talk to anyone. I think the only people that I saw regularly after that incident was Katelyn, Maria, Nick, and Jose, obviously. But like other than that, I think I even stopped going out. I stopped going out.
You
I
would-
started going to my meetings.
Is that
and
when
going-
you started to work at Winnie's?
Yes.
After that, or before that, or right around that?
Before that, so not only did I have to put up with that bullshit, but I also had to come to my employer and be like, "Hey, girl, just I just recently got arrested a week and a half ago, and I was charged for this, and well, just keep it in mind." But then I was like, "Okay, she knows what it's like to be roasted and hated on social media, so she'll understand."
Oh,
I
knows
told her
what
that.
it's like. Okay.
Dude, that. So back to Roxborough Rants and Raves. She got blown up. You got blown up. And then the next time was when you left. The message was on Roxborough Rants and Raves, hey, does anybody know the guy on Shores Lane that...
I don't believe in coincidences. Like the day of that event, March 19th, I was on my way to La Roca Maniacs, as I should say. I was going to go to La Roca because it was like, oh, it's 5 p.m. somewhere, let's go. And as I was leaving my house, I noticed something was off. Do you actually think someone's going to take my picture twice and post it on social media? Like,
Who? Who did that?
the person that the person that posted on
Oh, the girl.
No, the guy that posted on Facebook, like Roxborough Rants and Rapes. Like, what happened to this guy? Like, I noticed something was up with that guy. He was, I don't know, like something caught my eye, and I actually think maybe my hater is behind all this. I don't give a fuck. To be honest, I don't even think of them at all. I don't.
But were
talk
you
about
thinking about
them.
that
Like,
when you
I
were
don't
spending all that
give them-
time? Like, oh, how did I get here?
obviously, yes.
Because there were crazy
Because,
rumors. Crazy rumors,
Yes.
I won't.
Well, allegedly, I'm wanted
Dignify.
in Texas as well.
You're
I'm wanted
wanted
in Texas as well.
For what?
Yes, I was like, bitch, I've only been to El Paso one time. Like, how? Like, I don't know. Like, this guy,
Well, you see what had happened
the
was.
owner of this place, this guy has a really good image. He should work for Hollywood. Like, he has like the best plots. He has like the biggest imagination, and he comes up with like the craziest stories about me.
The guy on Roxborough Rants and Raves?
No. The owner of this place on Main Street.
Oh.
He had like, oh my god.
Oh, I know
yes,
who you
he-
mean. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the
he
rumor
has,
was a
like-
lot of time with that you were turned in or whatever, was just rumors because no one knew anything at first. You know?
Yeah, like, listen, I just, when it happened, the only person that I cared to know, that I wanted to know was my family.
Yeah.
My social media was deactivated. I was like, okay, I'm just called my roommate. I was like, please call my dad. My mom had a car accident a week and a half before, and she was needing eye surgery. So the blood pressure affect the vessels in the eye. So like, do not want her. Like, I don't want to stress her out about this. So the only person that I wanted to hear about that was my dad. It was supposed to be like something easy, like something fast. It ended up taking forever, and that's what like. But then, as it was happening, and my roommate was like, I'm pretty sure they might be behind, and I was like, well, you know what? There's something that one of my friends told me that he said, and I was like, I wouldn't be surprised. And this is coming from year and a half of harassment, year and a half of him making fake Instagram profiles, sending the cops to my house, parked outside my house 4 a.m, things that I never said to anyone.
Well,
because
allegedly,
he's gonna grow up one day. He's gonna grow up. He's gonna mind his own business that he should. He's starting. I don't know. It was fucking crazy. Then I don't know if you ever heard about him emailing Polly Ryan, pretending to be a customer, and being like, I was here on Sunday, and then this Hispanic guy named Enrique was ripping fireball after fireball, and he made us so uncomfortable we had to leave. Your bartender was over serving him, meaning Chris, and then I come to Ryan's, but
one thing
he's
about
not
Chris,
smart enough.
He's never gonna serve.
He's not smart enough to make sure his email, his IP changed.
To mask it enough, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, at least like put some brain on it. So I get Ryan's Puff Maniac, and then my homie Polly, he told everyone like, don't serve Enrique until he talks to me. So as soon as I'm getting past the door, the bouncer was like, yo, go talk to Polly because he wants to see you. I'm like, the fuck does he want? I was like, so I get to his office, and I was like, oh, yes, what's up? And I was like playing with my hair, like, hey, what's up, Polly? Like, I'm seducing him. And he was like, were you here on Sunday? And I was like, no. I was like, wait, no, I don't think so. Why? And he was like, yeah, somebody sent me this email. And I was reading it. And you know what? He was so fucking stupid. Not Polly, this other guy. That happened on a Sunday. That same Sunday, the police came to my house because I was so drunk that I couldn't open my door. Then on Monday, I was working, and this girl calls me, and she was like, yo, I heard that you were arrested. And I was like, when? Last night, the police went to your house because you were leaving Ryan's all fucked up, and Bass almost runs you over. Like, no, that didn't happen. And then when Polly showed me the fucking email, it says, yes, he got arrested afterwards because Baz was gonna run him over. I was like, dude, at least be smart enough. I think this fucking email and the IP. And I was like, Polly, I'm gonna tell you something. It is this person that owns, resentful person, a confused fan that owns a bar on Main Street. That's who else would it be? And then I remember the time that I was in the Hamptons, and as soon as I heard something that he called the cops on La Roca and Ryan's, I texted Katelyn Nicole Trude 4:30 in the morning, like, hey, some heads up, I heard this, so beware.
We've had our own little hater stalking La Roca, calling cops all the time, and ironically enough, it's quiet currently, knock wood, due to Roxbar Rants and Raves. I got suspended even for like a week on Roxbar Rants and Raves because I never rip anybody, but I did this time. But anyway, back to this guy. Do you think he called ICE? Like, how do you think that works? You think
I know
called
he's
ICE?
petty enough. There was a guy before my time. He was like the previous Enrique. He was running social media. He had his own following, this, that. He was there for like probably 5 years. And he ended up getting a restraining order. And I was like, oh, that's fucking psycho. Like, why would he do that? I should have done that. After the first allegations of me being a child molester. Like, those were like crazy accusations. That his creepy mind came up with.
Wow. And now, I'm gonna have you tell me later, but every time I'll look at Rockstar Rants and Raves now, I'm gonna be going, the dogs aren't pooping on this guy's lawn. He's just lying about it. Today was here's a great post. Not to change the subject. I saw a picture of a couple cars. Hey, just so you know, it's illegal to park here. They will tow you. He hits space bar a couple times. He goes, actually, I've already called the cops. I was just giving you a heads up. Like, that's how mean. Not that guy's mean, but like, dude, you couldn't post it first. Like, are they infringing on you? People are crazy. But
listen,
for a guy to go possibly this far out of his way to affect your life,
just to affect one person's life.
Yeah.
And what he doesn't realize is the trickle-down effect. He's not just affecting one person's life. He's affecting everyone along the way. He kind of thought he was going after one person, but it affects everyone.
He's just like petty. Like, he's just like, he thought that I took his customers to other bars. He's just like, I didn't. I just run into them. Like, I'm sorry, but like,
they follow you. That's what happens.
They're 21 now. They want.
I already know what actually happens. They just follow you.
Like, and I sort of like, I would only hang out with grown-ups. I stopped hanging out with all these kids, and I started hanging out with Nicholas Vona, Janet. Like, yes, I'm aware he lost a lot of customers because not only was I friends with St. Joe's kids, I was friends with the people in the industry. I have people like from many other places. Not only St. Joe's was not my only source of income.
Oh, no.
My only customers. Like, I have other customers, and I'm sorry. Like, they were always surprised that I was able to have people from Lucky's. Nick, Janet, other people, like people from Somo and people from even Glenn would come and he was like, how are you hanging out with all these people from other places? I was like, because I got to their places as well. Like, that's how the industry works.
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
It's how the industry should work. It's not always how it does work. It's how it should work.
Absolutely how it should work.
Like, I even had EJ stopping by to get wings from me. Like, when have you ever seen a Ryan coming?
Where you live now? I'm just saying, no. It's a long ride for EJ.
That's a long ride. No, but like, it's just like, it's so petty. It's just like, I can promise you, I have like, they even accused me of trying to steal a password for the Instagram. I was like, why would I do that? Like, I have so many other things to worry about. I don't think about them. I don't talk about them. I only block them on Instagram because I don't give a fuck about them. Like,
this street's gonna miss you. Your energy, and not like we're saying goodbye to you.
The street already does miss.
This street already does miss you. And until we meet again that way, and we'll see what happens. We'll see, the ebbs and flows of Manayunk and Roxborough. You weren't here for us. What'd you miss? You missed our 420
Everything.
Party, Street Fest, Cinco. So you didn't miss anything. You missed our 420 party. That was the only thing. Because the other events are crazy.
I would always stop by to La Roca before my shift, and I would have a couple of shift days.
I know.
Before my actual shift.
When you left Uptown, when you left Uptown, I said to her,
say again?
When you left Uptown, I said, why did he leave Uptown? Because he has 3 shots before he goes to work. I'm like, by the time he gets there, he's not drunk. It's Enrique. You were always pre-gaming.
The thing is, like, I actually didn't, like, I used to not do that. Like, I have this rule, like, no drinking before my shift, no drinking during my shift.
Is this when
drinking
you
after my shift.
started in the
But then
business
I
at 12,
started-
you mean? Because I don't believe that for a effing second.
No, actually, when I
Not
started
for
working,
an
it wasn't
effing
until I
second.
started working. It wasn't until I started working at Uptown that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have a cocktail before my shift. Like, remember, like that day that we show up to La Roca like 11 in
before
the
your
morning.
shift. God.
Yeah. You showed up for mimosas.
Who
Tacos
does?
and
They're
mimosas.
$1.
You showed
No,
up
but
for
like
tacos and mimosas
even
and a couple
blacked out-
fireball shots and had to go to work
I
afterwards.
blacked out before my shift one time, so I didn't even go to work.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Well, I won't name names, but there's somebody else that we all know that kind of pulled that recently, and just like the job said bye bye. Yeah, you know.
Oh.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
pre-gaming is one thing. Making the
Yeah.
pre-game your whole game is another thing.
I went to watch the game and then I ran into everyone. It was Jeanette, Seamus. I don't know if Piper was there, but it was Woody. It was me. It was Nick. So before, like a couple hours before my shift, I was like, LOL, bye.
Bye, girl.
Bye, girls. But it was a Sunday. They would have been fine.
So, are you watching? How long have you been where you are now? And I don't want to say, you can say whatever, but how long have you been where you are right now?
I've been home.
Home.
I think I got here on the 28th.
Gotcha. So, are you paying attention to like what kind of culture shock is it sports wise? Like, I don't really care about the Phillies right now, which no
He
one
doesn't
would blame
really
you.
care about the Phillies.
Not that you
anyway.
care anyway. You would just like to go to the game, and so that we
Soccer
could drink.
is today is the
Fireball.
pre-final for my local soccer team, which
Yeah.
is huge. It's the first time that they go to the finals in 15 years, so everyone's going crazy for that. Other than that, like it's Mexico, they only care about soccer. There's like no other
Right.
sports.
Right.
Nobody gives a. I mean,
But,
not that I give a fuck, but nobody gives a fuck about other sports.
Do you even care about the soccer much? Or like, once it wears off to you that you've been home for a little bit, in another month, are you even going to really care much about soccer?
I don't give a fuck about it.
Not
now.
even
I
right
mean,
now. If they
No.
give out free Fireball, you would. That's about it.
Well, we don't even drink. There's not even Fireball here.
You don't have Fireball in Mexico?
No.
It's an American whiskey.
Yeah, but why? I get that, but you know, things cross the border all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
where do you think I used to get my
can
weed
order
from?
It, but
Man, it was high school.
yeah, we can buy it and it's imported, but it's like more expensive.
Oh
so-
yeah, it would be more expensive.
It's
One of my
So-
friends is
Yeah.
going. One of my friends is going. One of my friends goes like at least once a week to the U.S. and he's gonna bring it over on his private jet.
There we go. Enrique is never hurting in that regard of the life of comfort, my friend.
Well, no, he's a pilot, so he was like
With a private jet, he says.
we-
He just
we
kind of
met
dropped
her.
that little nugget.
Yes.
That's funny.
Well, I mean, he just said like, just I'll pick it up for you. And you know what the best thing is? It's gonna be on my doorstep because he's gonna drop it off. I get what I'm supposed to get.
Yo, did you know who was one of your roommates who was working for me?
Mitch.
Yeah.
Mitch, yes.
I know. Mitch is back with his family. Things may have changed since I last spoke with him. Yeah, but Mitch got back with his wife and whatnot.
I wouldn't know, honestly. We
know.
stopped talking after he moved out. And
He was just a room.
I-
He was literally just a roommate, wasn't he? Like a boarder, just somebody paying some money.
yeah, I mean, we
a
always
nice
try to hang
guy,
out
yeah.
with him. We always try to like get along, to, get to know him more.
Yeah.
But
Majored in
well, I
United
guess I
States
did
Army.
more than. I think I did more than Jose. I think I did more than Jose, in terms of like knowing him because
Gotcha.
I would walk down the street with him on my way to La Roca for ladies' night. So
How's Jose doing?
I wouldn't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
I got you. My bad.
Yeah. No, it's good. We haven't. He's working in the Hamptons right now, so he really doesn't have
The
a lot of
Hamptons
time.
again, huh? Man, I gave
Yeah,
you
he's
so
been
much
doing that
shit
for,
the
like-
first time you left. I'm like, you're gonna miss this place. You're gonna have to come back.
Well, it's different because he is working it at a public space. I was working for a private club,
Yeah.
so he has more chance to make money than I did because he's making
Weren't you
tips.
guys in
and I
like
was,
bunk beds, or were you in like a military barracks or some nonsense?
Dorm
it was
style.
more like a dorm.
Dorm,
like a
that's what I
yeah,
mean. That's not
Yeah,
what
we
you
didn't have-
picture when you say, I'm going to work in the Hamptons for a summer.
Yeah, it would have been fun hadn't I had like that roommate that I have.
Let's get that guy from Roxborough Rants and Raves a job up there.
Which one? Oh,
Your fan.
my hater.
Your fan club.
My hater.
Yeah. Enrique.
Well, I also like.
Oh, no, I didn't
I
mean to
lost
cut
a
you
lot of
off.
contacts.
Go ahead. Say what you're going to
Again?
say.
Yeah. No, just like I lost the contact with a lot of people after, like, it's been a while, like trying to adapt,
Yeah.
and like I haven't talked to like a lot of people since I got here. I try to like. I have a lot of things to do, like I have to go to like doctor appointments on a not a daily basis, but I have to go to the doctor. Like I need glasses, and then my skin, and then I have to go to the dentist, and then this. Like I am super busy all the time with stupid shit. But
It's all good.
I haven't even had time to look for a job.
I was wondering, will you look to work in this business?
No.
No.
No. I'm trying to get like a big boy job. I need to have a Monday to Friday 9 to 5. I need to start focusing on my retirement as of now. I need to start like doing something about it because yeah, I'm not getting any younger, and it's really it was I wouldn't say it's kind of challenging coming back, and I don't have a car. I don't have a place of my own. I don't have and I'm 35.
Culture shock for you being back.
Most of my friends have all their shit together. Most of my friends have kids.
Yeah.
Most of my friends are married. I haven't even seen a lot of them. I mean, I don't have a lot of friends left.
Where did
but
you
the ones that I
get
have,
dropped off at? Like, were you close to home at least when you were?
No, not remotely close.
No.
No, I was in the border with Guatemala, and they were offering a free shuttle, but I'm not doing that shit. It's 20 hours. My family wanted to get me a fucking flight right away, but it was overpriced. I was like, Mom, that's the price of a flight to Europe. I'm not doing that shit. So I stayed there for a couple of days until the prices went down, and I've been my parents got into a new house, so all my shit was in boxes, and I have to get all my shit together and see what I had, and then figuring out what to do with the stuff that I left in Philly.
Yeah.
Because we all know that I was a fashion icon. I had all these expensive shoes and all this crazy shit that I still have there, and trying to find the best way, the cheapest way to send it, the easiest way, because I didn't want to ask Jose to take care of that because he was already taking care of moving out.
Yeah.
And it was it's a lot going on, and that's part of me not being able to see my friends, and that's why I want to get a real job. It's not that the industry isn't a real job, but I want to get something that I get to wake up at 6 in the morning and then be back home by 6 p.m.
Yeah. Just steady, consistent, kind of, knowing your schedule is a big plus. Big plus.
Yeah, because I was going to bed 3-4 in the morning, waking up at 1 or 2:30, then just go to work and then black out. And it's the other day on Friday, I think I was in bed by 11 p.m. and I was like, oh my God. My parents are already sleeping by 10 p.m. I'm Jesus, these motherfuckers are old as fuck.
On that note, I love you. I have missed you. Thank you for coming on doing this with me, my friend.
Absolutely.
I really, this is our first time live ever. There's probably maybe one person watched, might be her mother. I don't know if she probably got bored, but that's not the point. The point is we wanted you to be able to tell whatever you wanted to tell without digging and just showing your face to our friends. Nick Vona was the very first guest that we ever had on this.
We always said you and Nick should be a guest together.
Oh, that was our dream, like, setup.
That would have been crazy.
Oh my
That would have been
gosh.
crazy.
That would have been
'Cause, like,
unhinged.
I know that I think to my eyes, Nicholas Anthony Bona might be the most popular person in the industry. There's not a single person on Main Street that doesn't know Nick. And it's completely different because like he's famous among the like in the industry and like I was like with customers, but he was like I can tell you from Dawson Street Pub to the Crescent, everyone knows Nick.
Yeah.
He's been here so long.
We used to play. We were like, okay, let's go to this bar and let's see how many places we're gonna get a free shot from. And I think we pretty much got a free shit from everywhere we went.
2017, Nick Vona, first employee ever hired at La Roca. That's fact. Nick Vona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss my baby. Yeah, it's well, and you know what? Shame on her because that on St. Patrick's Day, I was like, hello, slut, come to Ryan's. Because I was just done working. I closed Winnie's Maniac and I was like, should I go out?
Oh, wait. I think you say that, and I got to ask, before we go, I don't know if Terry can hear me. I sent a picture. I got to know, is that picture available, Terry? Okay. He's going to show you a picture. I got to know, do you know what picture I'm about to show you?
It's a pink sweater.
No.
Yes.
No. Oh, yeah. Actually, yes,
It's
but
the
not the
pink
one.
sweater.
Not the one
Yes.
you think. This picture was posted, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, Nick sent it to me.
And because I sent it to him, and I was just like, can somebody explain this to me, please?
Did she know what was going on?
Did she know?
She made me post for that. So
Okay,
she
yeah, I know.
hired a
We
photographer.
know she made you
But
post.
when she
you
posted
looked
it,
trafficked.
when she posted
Sorry.
it while you were away and no one had contact
You were
with you,
away. You were at
Did
the
she know what
second
was going on?
facility when it was posted.
And she did. We were trying to get my checks from her. We still have been trying to get my checks, and yeah, like she sent it over. Like Nick sent it over. She was like, "Did you actually see this?"
'Cause
I'm like, "Oh my god!" I
she
do remember the
posted
pictures.
it in like early April when none of us had contact with you. Late March, early April. None of us had contact with
We
you.
thought maybe she was bailing you out. We didn't know.
You were still in Philly, or no, you were in Pennsylvania, but not Philly at all. And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
posting this picture, and we're all sending it around, going, tone deaf, hello.
Yeah.
Like, I get the
Tomorrow
picture.
is something-
I get the business reason, and it's good. It was the timing.
It ain't great though.
like,
Yes, like because that picture was taken probably like a month before that, and somebody was laughing at it. I was like, what's
everybody was
funny about
laughing
the
at it.
picture?
Not just somebody.
No, somebody reacted to the picture. I was like, oh my god, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, the
no,
guy that
that-
laughed on
Anyway,
the
guys,
post.
thank you very much for having
That's
me.
a guy that doesn't like her.
That's a guy that doesn't like her. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When she was blowing up on Rockstar Rants and Raves, there were certain people that were blowing her up, and that was one of those. So I think that's what that was about. It wasn't about you per se. Well,
Yeah, that's. I don't care. I don't
I
really
didn't get
care.
to see it. I
Guys-
thought we were going to see it, but that's okay. You knew which picture I was talking about. That's all I needed. So again, my friend,
I
thank you
already
so
saw.
much.
Yeah, I had already seen.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Oh, dude, I
And,
wish you were sitting right here, and that was always the plan. But I'll take this.
timing.
I'll take this. Anything you want to say there, youngest lady?
Thank you very much, guys.
She's just sad. I'm happy. I'm happy that I got to see you, and we got to talk. We haven't texted because I don't know what your. I don't know how the Wi-Fi call. You know.
I'm gonna get a new. I'm gonna get a Mexican number soon.
I
promise.
figured.
I'm on it.
I figured.
I'm
that's
on it.
what's
I need to
going
stop
on.
being a lazy bitch. I'm procrastinating, and I'm gonna get a new one.
You're gonna do great.
Sister,
Thank you.
I love you. All right.
Thank you, sisters.
I will see you
Say
soon.
hi to Kathy for me.
I will. I will.
Manning Sisters for life.
Yep, absolutely. Setting the record straight. Here we are with Enrique. Peace out, my brother.
Young John.